Hey folks, update time. Oh. Where do I start? I guess before I get into anything, I do know what's wrong with my headlight. Headlight itself's not broken. On the bottom, I should have grabbed one to show you what I'm talking about. On the bottom, there's kind of a bracket, curved bracket that the headlight itself bolts to, and then that bracket bolts to the frame on the bumper that I have. That's what I thought broke. Well, when I hit the garbage can and turned the headlight, I turned it back, and not long after that, it started moving around. So I thought it was the bolt had loosened up. The bolt's still tight, but now it's fallen off completely. So I can see what's happening. So on this bracket, there's two small bolts that go through it that screw into the light itself. That holds the light onto that bracket, and they're slotted so you can aim the headlight around. So apparently when I hit the garbage can, I broke one of those bolts. That's why it turned, because there's only one bolt on there now, which allows, side by side. And it got worse, and now that bolt's fallen out completely. So I have the headlight kind of duct taped down right now just to keep it in place because I'm out at night again. So whoever it was that was supposed to view the house didn't show up, so I talked to the landlord, and everybody panicked for no reason. The reason she's got the house on Facebook is so it doesn't sell fast. If she listed it on real estate, everybody's going to come from everywhere to look at it. She's selling it as is with tenants. She wants to find somebody that will let us stay. She's done this with other houses they have. And she's not in a hurry to sell it. So, like I said before, we might still be here for another year. Well, we might still be here for 3 years. And if she can't find somebody, or I'm not sure if they're married, but she's going to sell it to her husband. They have different last names, I'm not sure, but I don't want to talk about them too much. But he'll take over the house. So we might not have to move, at all, right? So everybody's panicking. The problem is, I don't know if I've talked about this before, but when they go shopping and all three of them are in the cart together, I'm always concerned. I think about what happens, if something was to happen to them, what would I do? And I've never really come up with a solution. It's not something I want to think about, so I haven't really thought too much about it. Well, all of a sudden, I'm faced with that, right? They kind of pushed it on me. So, okay, I gotta take a break here. I'll be back. Hey, let's try this again. Sorry about that. I just had to make an emergency run for the washroom. I've talked about that before. All of a sudden I have to go, and I have to go now. Didn't think I was going to make it, but I did, thankfully. So, where did I leave off? Okay, so all these issues, and all of a sudden, I'm faced with, being on my own, nowhere to go. I'm still not impressed with them for that. Michelle's supposed to be home tomorrow. We're going to have a meeting, or we're going to talk about this. So talking to my landlord, Zach come out, heading to work, and kind of told him, because he panicked. What happened was Michelle started sending us texts for different places that are available. And Zach panicked. That's why he started looking. So, standing outside here talking to the landlord, Zach goes to work and said to him, he says, we don't have to leave, right? And what he said was, he was looking at different places. He sent 14 emails or texts or whatever inquiring about them. He only got one response. So he says, so, when we do have to leave, it might be even harder to find a place. So he's sticking with, this place in Hanover that he was looking at. So nothing really changed that way. So I thank everybody for your responses and suggestions. As far as low-income housing, I already thought about that before I posted the video. And somebody suggested talking to Reg's sister because she helped him get into the place he's at. That's kind of the place I'm looking at. I haven't done anything yet. I've got phone numbers and everything, but I just want to wait till we have our talk, just kind of see how things go. But I'm gonna put my name in anyways. It's not an emergency now, but I am gonna put my name in just to. Okay. I still got the scooter cam going. I see this blue light flashing in the window. I was trying to figure out where it's coming from. The camera's still recording. I forgot to stop it. But I get my name in anyway, so I'm registered because it's a long waiting list. And with everything that's happening right now, that list is going to get longer. So I got to get my name in, and then sometime down the road, within the next 2 or 3 years, it becomes an emergency. Then, am I going to be able to get a place? That's the dilemma I'm facing right now. It just kind of goes to show how quickly your life can just suddenly be flipped upside down, like instantly. So I got to do something to protect myself. I can't go through that again. I'm so not impressed. So I hadn't talked to the boys yet since all this started, and I didn't want to say anything until tomorrow when we're all together. Everybody hears the same thing. Nothing's misinterpreted. Nothing's left out. We're all together. We all hear everything, together. Well, Zach wanted to talk tonight. I don't want to talk yet, because I still haven't told them how I feel about, what they did to me. That's going to come out tomorrow. But Zach's, he says we're no longer moving. He's got a coworker that's offering him a house here in town, 5-bedroom house, to buy. And he's I'm not sure how he's doing. He's working it out, so it's a down payment that he can afford or something. I can't remember. But here's my problem with that. Actually, I'm not going to say that, because I can't think of how saying it without putting Zach down. I don't want to do that publicly. I don't trust it. I don't like the idea. We're all kind of living, right on the edge. If anything happens, we're all screwed, right? And I don't know if he's realizing that. When you're stuck in a mortgage and you're living on the edge and something happens, but I don't know. One thing I will say is he does have a good job. He's got a steady job. Unfortunately, the industry, I'm not. Because there's no issues right now, but he makes these. He makes corrugated pipes. Farmers use them to drain their fields. Construction companies use them for drains and that. These corrugated pipes that run, if you have a driveway that runs over, a drainage ditch or whatever, you put one of those across. They used to be made of steel, they're all made of plastic now. That's what he makes. So right now everything's good, but when the economy goes to crap, now, is that going to be a viable business in the future? That's I'm not just looking at the here and now. I'm looking at the future, where things are going and what's going to happen next, and what everything's leading to, right? So I'm not just thinking of our current situation. So what's the future going to hold for him as far as that goes? So right now, the best bet for me is to get into low-income housing, because it's run by the government. It's going to be there. Don't have to worry about the house being sold again. But the other thing to look at is there's more bank closures. We're not hearing a lot about it. There's more banks that have closed. And interest rates have gone up. It's getting to the point where people aren't even going to be able to buy houses. So it's possible this house won't sell anyways. There's too many variables right now. Nothing's definite. You can't make plans for anything. So I still don't know what I'm going to do. I'm definitely putting my name in for low-income housing, but at the moment it's not going to be emergency. Like I say, I haven't done it yet. I want to wait till we have our family meeting tomorrow, because we're kind of a unit now. We all rely on each other, and if I get into low-income housing, they can run this place for with 3 people. Like, if Zach can afford to pay a mortgage, he can afford to pay rent here. That's how I look at it now. So if I leave, it's not really going to hurt anybody. But if 2 leave, we're all screwed. That's the issue. And Zach can't leave on his own because he can't afford a place on his own, so Ken's going to go with him. That's 2. And that leaves two people on ODSP. It ain't going to work. So I have a choice to make. Everybody has a choice to make. But the purpose of having this meeting is everybody's together. Everybody can express their concerns with whatever. And we're all there to hear it. We don't have to say it to one person and then have to say it again to somebody else. Because right now, it's difficult because Michelle's not here. So we're going through text. And it's really difficult for me to, even with my glasses on, it's hard. The text is really small. And I don't type very fast because I have one finger at a time on that stupid phone keyboard. It takes so long and I just can't get long messages out. It just takes too long. It's annoying. So it'd just be easier with everybody together. Everything on the table, figure out everything that we're going to do. But one thing I know for sure is I'm going to start downsizing and get rid of stuff that I can't take with me. And just, I don't know. From what I understand, the place that Reg lives at, there is a place in the back for scooters. Mine's oversized, so I don't know. I haven't seen it. I'd have to see it to know for sure. But, am I going to be able to take my trailer with me? Am I going to have a place for it there? Do I have to chain up the scooter so it doesn't get stolen? Is it an enclosed place? Is it open, like an overhang on the back of the building or something? I don't know. I don't know what I can take. I don't know what I can't take. I know one thing I can't take is the cat. And that's the hard part. If I do leave, I have to get rid of the cat. I can't take him with me. They're not going to keep it. Michelle's faced with the same decision with the dog. Zach and Ken were going to take Baxter, our original dog, but a lot of places don't allow 2 dogs. It's hard to find a place that allows 1 dog, but they're not sure if they could take the. If they can't, Michelle moves in with her boyfriend. She can't take that dog with her because there's another dog there that's an alpha male, and they won't get along. So she's faced with the same decision. Do we give him to somebody else? Do we put him down? That's a choice that sucks. That's not something I want to do. But if I go into low-income housing, I'm not going to have a choice. It's not fair to the animals, but, what are the options there? There's just way too much to think about right now. Everything's happening so fast, and everything I had planned for the summer is up in the air right now. I don't know what I can and can't do yet. We'll see. We'll have to see. Alright, the very first thing I'm going to do is change that headlight once it gets warm enough. That has to be done. It's duct taped on now. It looks pretty stupid. Bright white duct tape. That's all I have at the moment. So, I don't know. I just don't know. But I'm spending a lot of time. I'm kind of packing up all my DVDs. I don't know if I'm just going to give them to the Salvation Army or if I'm going to just try to sell them a lot. Big box full. List everything that's there. Put it on Kijiji or something. Get what I can for it. I don't know. I don't know yet. All I know is right now, that's the first thing I started doing, just putting everything together. Because when we moved here, I just put what I could, what would fit in boxes and that. And a lot of the DVDs just kind of went in the extra places. And I don't watch them anymore anyways. I don't need them. So, that's from starting. Get rid of that stuff. VHS tapes will just go in the garbage because nobody has VCR anymore. I don't even know if they work. They got a lot of moisture damage. So, I don't know. And then, my spools of DVDs that I have my videos on. It's going to take some money, but I'm going to get thumb drives. I can get, I don't remember how many terabytes. They're like $30 each. I'll go with those. I can fit several spools onto one of those, and they take up a whole lot less space, and they weigh a lot less. So the nice thing about moving to the senior's place here in town, I can take stuff with the monster in my trailer. I don't have to rent a U-Haul truck to do that. So, but as far as furniture goes, I don't know what I'm going to take with me. I can't carry that stuff with the trailer because the trailer's not wide enough between the wheels. Plus, I'll do whatever I can on my own. I can't carry furniture upstairs by myself. I'm not sure. I don't remember if Reg said they had an elevator there or not. I hate elevators. I don't trust them. I do not like them. I'm claustrophobic anyways. That doesn't help, but power goes off between floors, I'd freak. I would just freak. So I'm not a fan of elevators. I don't know what else to say, guys. Like I say, I don't know what my plans are now. I have no idea. No idea what I'm gonna do. As far as tools go, I doubt very much I can take power tools with me. Can't use them inside, obviously. It'd be too noisy. No more welder. So if anything breaks on the monster, I'm gonna have to pay someone else to do it for me. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't have a clue what's happening at the moment. So it's gonna take a little bit more time to get things worked out and just kind of calm down from everything. Take it from there, I guess. So I just went for a nice long drive. First out-of-town drive for a while. At night, so the scenery wasn't all that great, but it's peaceful out there right now. It's just a light fog. It was like, I think 6 degrees or something out. It's kind of nice. Possibility to rain later, but it's nice right now. Just a light breeze. Sat up on the highway there for a bit. Oh, excuse me. And I also have to get rid of Old Faithful here. Get rid of my old scooter. I'm not gonna have room for 2, so if this thing breaks down, no, I'm not gonna have a backup. M's the brakes. But like I said, I might have to just get rid of the monster, get a new scooter locally, so they can come service it when it needs to be serviced. That's, probably my best option. But I just finished paying for the monster. I want to enjoy it for a while without having more payments on a new scooter. Because I don't think... When I went through Medicare, which is now Mediox, I rented the S950. I think I've told this before. I rented it for the first 7 or 8 months. And when I decided I was keeping it, they do have a payment plan. 1% interest. The only problem is it has to be paid off in a year. So I would have to sell the monster for whatever I can and use that to put down a down payment on it. Because I got lucky with the other one. Because I rented it for so long, they took a few months off. The value of a few months of rental, they took that off the price of purchase. So my actual purchase price was lower, which was kind of nice. And I just had to pay that off in a year. I don't remember. It was like pretty much the same amount I was paying for the monster. I think $130 a month. But, that puts me back up to payments again. I don't know. Then I'll have to figure out how to put a camera on it. That's what I like about the monster, having a roll bar. I don't have to do anything to it. The camera mount's already there. I just made the extension on the top just to get them up higher, so my head's not blocking so much of the view. Anyway, I guess that's all I got to talk about. Until something else changes, I'll find out what happens tomorrow. Not expecting snow in the next few days, so I shouldn't have an issue coming home this time, hopefully. She needs to be here. We need to all be together so we can talk. Anyway, I guess that's all I got. I'll keep you updated as I find things out.